Praise the Lord. I'm going to make a quick video because a sister told me about this. A swarm of locusts hitting Egypt. So I went to look it up, and on their as Shava, ARUTZSHEVA 7 news. Wow, this is amazing. The title is Egypt attacked by swarm of locusts ahead of Passover. Well, we know that Passover is March the 26th. That's when it begins, okay? And I'll read this. As a reminder to those who thought the account related in the Passover, Haggadah, might have been an EXAGGERATION. Think again. Millions of locusts have swept down in a swarm from the sky on the land of Egypt. The locust plague struck over the west end in the Gaza region, home to the clusters of famous pyramids. You know, that cluster of famous pyramids? According to the report in Arab media, officials estimate that at least 30 million of the insects has swarmed onto the fields and farms about 15 minutes southwest of Cairo. The locust swarm is causing massive damage to agriculture in the area. The ALWATAN news reports. In some parts of the Middle East, however, locusts are used for food, and one particular account type known to YEMENTITE Jews is actually considered kosher. So, you know, you can eat them. Residents were warned not to try to drive away the locusts themselves in order to avoid contacting further damage. Instead, Egypt's armed forces and border guards are attempting to fight the swarm with all means at their disposal, says Egyptian Agriculture Minister Dr. I can't say that name. You can read it because I'm going to put this down below. I asked the family living in the locust plague areas not to burn tars. MANMON applied. This does not chase away the locusts, but only causes damage and could ignite large-scale fires that would cost in lives. Instead, MAMON note the weather forecast has predicted strong winds are soon to come, which he hopes will take the locusts towards the Red Sea and Saudi Arabia. The department also plans to use dust planes to address this infection. Wow. Wow. With everything else that's going on, and the teaching I just taught today on the Passover, and that's one of the feasts that all the men have to come to. And at this time, just before Passover, we have a large swarm of locusts. Isn't that awesome? I mean, truly. It's nothing to rejoice about. I mean, it's causing harm to that country over there. And really, I'm sorry to hear that this thing is happening over there in Egypt. I mean, I know we're in the last days. We are in the last days. We really are. And it's time to clean this temple and get all the unleavened bread, all the unleavening things. I mean, all the leavening, the sin, the stuff that leaven will cause. It's been a heck of a day today for me. Many things are coming up against us physically to buffet us. Even friends, people that were our friends and called us friends, turn on us. Now, I'm not talking about Tina. There's other people in my life. But what are we to do when friends that we thought and helped and put our time and effort out to help turn against you, and it's like somebody took a knife and stabbed it in your back? You have to stop for a minute, take a deep breath, and go, Lord, help me to forgive them. Lord, put your grace within inside me to not let anger or wrath or anything come up and cause malice in my heart. Because, see, a little leaven will spread out through the whole body and pollute the whole body. Even if that little leaven happens to be just anger, hurt. Somebody's hurt you so bad, and you get angry with it. And then you start thinking about, well, I've done this for that person, and I've done that for that person, and, I've done and done and done, and then now they do me like this. Well, we are in the last days, people. We are. And it says there would be family, and there'll be friends, there'll even be sons and daughters turn against you. People that you've helped the most that seem there for a minute that they were grateful, and then all of a sudden they turn against you. We are in the last days, people. I just want you to know that, because, see, I'm not perfect. Sometimes people will look at people that's on YouTube and also, excuse me, hello? 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 Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know. I guess they couldn't hear me. But anyway. Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Anyway, people, I'm sorry. Some more people needing a little help. Just Sometimes they come over and talk about problems. Sometimes they just need advice, and sometimes they just need to vent. Sometimes you just need to be a friend and hold a person's hand. Sometimes. You know, there has been no one ever that's been called of God and chosen of Him and called out to do His will and His work are not buffeted in some way or another. People calling them names, you know, telling lies upon them. You know, they are. You know, my goodness, I'm sitting here watching the Ten Commandments and felt led to come out with this on this locust thing. We have to get all the leaven, the evil, the sin out of our life. We cannot let hurt or pain or anger come up in our heart and turn us bitter. We have to forgive even those that hurt us the most and pray for them that they will get their hearts right with God. Forgive them. Forgive them of their nonsense sometimes. And as I watched this show on Moses, you know, Moses didn't have it good when he led the people of Israel out. When he led them across the desert, you know, they complained about him, they griped, they fussed, they kept wanting to go back to Egypt. Oh, the water is bitter and we can't drink it. Now you brought us out to die, you know. Oh, we don't have water, we're thirsty, and then he has to hit the rock to get the water to come. Oh, we're starving to death, we don't have any food, so God gives them manna. Oh, well, that's not good enough either. We need some meat, we need more, we need. And it all fell on Moses' shoulders, leading these people out into the desert, leading them across the land to the promised land, leading them. You know, I wonder how many times he really wanted to just throw his hands up and walk away and say, you know what, God, you chose these people. They're stiff-necked, hard-headed, and they don't want to listen to me, let alone listen to you. I'm trying to help them and do what you tell me to do, and all they can do is complain. Nothing is good enough for them. Not even after they heard God's voice on the mountain. Not after they even heard Him and seen the fire come down from heaven on that mountain. They still complain and even made a calf to worship. I mean, you wonder why God left their dead bodies scattered across the desert and wouldn't let them come into the promised land when they first got to the promised land? Because Moses sent some spies over there, only 2 come back with good word that we can take it. The other says, oh no, we can't take it, it's got giants over there and we look like grasshoppers, and oh, we can't do it, God just let us out here to die again. So then Moses was stuck with them for 40 years. 40 long, probably miserable years when it come to dealing with the people. I'm sure that the only relief he had was when he really talked to God and God strengthened him. There are things that's coming and happening. That plague that's going on in Egypt right now, it's just one of the signs of the end time. You know, people are always crying, signs. I gotta have a sign. I gotta have a sign for this. I gotta have a sign for that. Well, Jesus called them a pervert generation that always wanted a sign. But yet, he's given you all the signs already that we are in the end days, and this time is about over with. But people don't want to listen. You know, get down to the truth, the biggest part of the people, even the Christian people, don't want him to come right now. They don't. They don't want this to be the end days. Oh, they know that they'd have to die before they're coming, but they don't want the end days. They don't want to have to go through the struggles of the end days. They don't want to have to go through the testing that's coming upon us, because we are being tested for the outpouring that he's going to pour out on the called out ones, them chosen ones, that chosen army that he's calling out, that group of people, that remnant that he's calling out. We have to be tried and tested right now, quickly, because when the outpouring comes, that is going to be our total covering. It's time to wake up, people. And I know that Passover is almost here. Those first three, well, the first four fruits, but the first three fruits feast, the first three feasts is about to be fulfilled soon, beginning with March the 26th, when Passover comes. We have to wake up. We have to be prepared for the end days and the things that's going to come. With all the stuff that just happened today and the things, and you just want to sit down in a corner and cry and go, how much longer? But you know what? It'll be as long as he decides. And it will be quicker than what people can even imagine. I'm praying that everyone will wake up. That will wake up. For you know what? We are being called into a convocation. That is the meeting, a rehearsal. We are being called into and called into a great assembly in these last days. You either will walk for him or you will walk against him. You have to make a choice up. And this Passover, for those who celebrate Passover, I just wished everybody would. I wished everybody would, because then they would know, they could feel the truth of what Yeshua really means, because he is the Passover lamb. Had nothing to do with Easter. Please, everybody go read on the Passover. Learn much. Father, in the name of Yeshua, I put this video in your hand, and I put this out about the plagues. For some reason, I believe it's important. It's very important. Of things that's going to be happening through March. It's going to be important because things, my Father, I know you have revealed to me is much going to happen. And March is a key factor in the things that's going to be happening. In the name, hush. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, bless this video. Bring your people out. Soften the people's hearts. And let them know that we are in the end days. And that this Passover has a particular special purpose and meaning. Let them realize that you are calling them out. That they need to realize that this Passover, I feel you are telling me that is as important as the first Passover. When Moses put the blood. Major! When Moses put the blood, had them to put the blood over the doorpost. This is an important Passover. This is the year of your Passover. Let your holiness reign. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen and amen.